wow. That's all I can say right now is wow. That game yesterday was the complete opposite of what I thought was going to happen. I thought there was going to be a lot of scoring and that we were going to win this one big, but that's not the case. 15-12 was the final score, and wow. I did not see a 15-12 final score regardless of who won that game. But I tell you one thing, the first thing I got to acknowledge is I got to give credit where credit is due, and that is to the Pittsburgh secondary. I said in my preview that we were going to pass all over them and that it was going to be a tough day for them. They held their ground pretty good. They came ready for us, and nothing but respect to them on that aspect. So they proved me wrong there. Overall, it was a sloppy performance by our offense yesterday. Few bright spots though. The running game was spectacular. Jonas Gray had the big 79-yard touchdown run. Sierra Wood chipped in with about 100 yards or so, if I'm not mistaken. So a very good performance from those two. Tommy Rees, tough day for him. Very tough day. Had it through an interception in the red zone and fumbled the ball when we were on our own 30-yard line. So 2 more turnovers. And come on, guys, when do the turnovers end and when do we start learning from our mistakes? So we were actually lucky to come out of this one yesterday with a victory. But you know what? I will say this. Sloppy victory or perfect victory, a win is still a win. Doesn't matter how it's done, and I'll take it. But still, we have to clean up our mistakes. And yesterday was the most perfect example of that. If you keep turning the ball over and can't put teams away and score when you're supposed to and finish the drives, then you're going to pay the price for them. Simple as that. Another thing that we kept making mistakes on is committing stupid penalties. The penalties killed us. I think we had, 9 for 85 yards, 90 yards, somewhere in there. It was ridiculous. Now, granted, I will say this. I do think that one call where we roughed the kicker on the punt, I think that was a crap call. I mean, the best that they had there was running into the kicker, but not a 15-yard personal foul. I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean, if you watch the replay of that punt, that was a bull crap call. But you know what? Doesn't matter. It's all done and over with. Now, Tommy Rees. Yes, he had a bad day yesterday. And yes, just like the rest of you guys out there, the rest of you Irish fans, I was frustrated too. It's always frustrating to see a kid that has all this talent struggle like that. But what really makes me sick, and I'm just being honest here, the announcers were making mention of this during the game, and I saw on some Notre Dame websites a fan saying the exact same thing. But why is everyone calling for Tommy Rees to be replaced already with someone else? It's like people want us to put Chris back in or go with Hendricks or Golson. Well, here's the thing, guys. We all forget that Tommy Rees is still a young quarterback. He's a sophomore quarterback with only now officially 7 starts under his belt. And I know eventually this card is going to run out where you can't say this anymore, but he's still young, he's still maturing, he's still trying to find his groove in this offense. And it takes more than 7 games to get it down to a science, okay? So go a little easy on the kid, give him a chance. Don't be calling for his head already. But let's look at the good things, though, from his performance. Even though he struggled all day, threw the interception, had the fumble, could have killed us, our defense played great. Defense was pretty much immaculate yesterday. They did a great job. But back to Tommy Rees. Despite all the struggling that he did yesterday, he still came through for us when it mattered. At that last drive when he had the touchdown pass to Eifert that put us ahead, that was it. That won us the game. So he came through when it mattered. And you can't. I'm not saying to forget all the other mistakes that he made, but look at the good that came out of yesterday. I mean, I'm trying hard. I'm doing that. Why can't you guys? But no, I completely agree though. These mistakes have to stop. These silly turnovers, silly penalties, they have to stop. And all I can say to Tommy Rees is just, continue to mature. Continue to stay focused. Don't don't make these mistakes. If you if you have to throw the ball away, throw the ball away. Learn how to tuck. I don't know. Just get better. So yeah, guys. Other than that, I really have nothing else much more to say about this game. One thing that I was kind of peeved at, and this went on through the whole first half, but what is the deal with us constantly throwing these little bubble and dump screens? I mean, come on. We have the receiving core that matches up well against just about any other defense out there. Throw downfield. Throw downfield. But no, throughout the whole first half, we keep going to these little screen passes. And even after Pittsburgh had they had picked it up and were on to us, if that's what we were doing, we still kept doing it. Like, basically, put it this way, Tommy Reese's only touchdown, on that drive, that's how all of our drives should have been. All game, that's how they should have been. And it worked. So why don't we just go with that from the get-go? Now, granted, I'm not a coach. I mean, shoot, I'm probably not even qualified to coach a peewee team, let alone a college team. But I know enough to figure out when other teams have us figured out and something isn't working. So throw downfield. We have the receiving core to match up with anybody. So let's just work out the mistakes, guys. We can't be making these silly mistakes, and we have to start playing smart football. And when the other team has you figured out, go on to something else. Throw them off guard. So that's all I can say about this game. I mean, overall, it was a sloppy performance, but hey, like I said earlier, perfect or sloppy, a win is a win, and I will take it, and no way will I complain about that. So we are back to 500, whole new season for us, and basically right now we control our fate in our own hands. So very happy for the win, very happy to be back at 500. Now let's build off of that. So with that, guys, this is ND Sean 45. I'll catch you guys later for my preview for Purdue next week.